Rafael Lovato Jr. We are at the NWCA National Duels. You're a grappling world champion. You're making your college debut at the age of 42. What led you into this?
Well, it's a long story, but I'll try to keep it short and sweet. Number one, I love wrestling. I've really fallen in love with the art of wrestling over the last few years. I love a challenge. I love competition. I love getting out of my comfort zone. And I love my coach. I love this team. A couple of the kids on the team are my jiu-jitsu students. The coach, Coach Piccolo, is one of my jiu-jitsu black belts. We've been training together for over 20 years. His son's on the team, and I used to go to OU and do the wrestling practices there when Coach Heflin was there, and his son was on the team there. And so I was wrestling with his son when they were at OU, when he was at OU. And so so many things just aligned where this felt right. And then unfortunately their heavyweight tore his ACL, and so they'd done half the season already without a heavyweight, without getting those points. And I've seen the team doing really good. I know how special this team is and what it means to several of the athletes right now, Tate being a senior, John Wiley being a senior. You know, Tate's dad is his coach. And it's like, he hit me up with this opportunity, and I'm like, man, you know, I can be a part of something special, put some points on the board for this team, help them hopefully bring home a national title here, and just live a dream. This dream came later to me in life, and I didn't think it would be possible. I would just, in my head, I was thinking, if I could go back, I would attempt to wrestle in college if I could be a kid all over again. And I joked about it, and I put it out there, and I basically manifested it, and here we are, about to do my first collegiate wrestling tournament, my first Folkstyle tournament, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm just very grateful.
What's your level of Folkstyle wrestling experience? How much of this have you done?
Like competition?
No, not competition, just training over the years, just actually gotten in there and wrestled.
Okay, so I've wrestled a lot throughout my life, but basically all of my wrestling training that I did was periodically when I was getting ready for specific events. I did a lot of wrestling to prepare for ADCC, the Submission Wrestling World Championships, and of course I did a lot of wrestling during my MMA career, and Coach Piccolo was a big part of that. He was my main wrestling coach during my MMA career, and he was there when I won the world title in London. So I've done a lot of wrestling, but never specific, you know, wrestling for wrestling. And until last year I did my first wrestling tournament ever. I did a freestyle event at the US Open. It was the Master Nationals. I was able to take third place there. Had a great time. I felt the nerves, felt like out of place a little bit in the beginning, and then I kind of started to get my rhythm, and it was a great learning experience. At the end of the day, I just want to be the best martial artist possible, and this is more experience, more skill, more knowledge that I can, I can bring home and pass on to my students, and have an extra layer of depth to my experience that I can reach more people with. But this is my first Folkstyle tournament. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you talked about the nerves. How are you feeling right now going into this?
I'm excited. Obviously I have an obsession. Like I'm a little crazy. You know, I'm built different. Doing what I've been doing up until this age. I mean, just literally 8 weeks ago, I competed in Tokyo, Japan for one championship, and I went against the #1 ranked guy in the world, and I was able to defeat him in a grappling match, in my 40s. And this is like just something that I feel is my purpose in life. You know, I want to leave nothing left in the tank, give absolutely everything, and when I'm old and on my dying bed, I want to be able to look back and say, you know, I have no regrets, no what ifs. I've done it all, and I'm proud. And so all of that is coming together in a new way right now, and I just feel super grateful. I'm excited. I am nervous. We have Central Methodist first round, and their heavyweight is the #1 ranked heavyweight. So my first match ever, I get to go against the #1 ranked guy, big kid, and that's it, man. I'm just here for the challenge, here to give my best, and I believe that we're going to end up victorious this weekend.
There's always this conversation about what the differences are between submission grappling and then wrestling. You have a great insight on that. What is the difference, energy system, how it feels? Take us through all that.
Well, I try to bring a lot of the same kind of style or strategy in everything that I do, where, you know, I keep a good consistent pace, constant pressure. I don't try to out athletic everybody. I try to be technical and just wear them down little by little over time. That's my jiu-jitsu style, timeless jiu-jitsu. You know, it's something that's helped me be successful over a long period. And, you know, being able to slow the game down and make the other person tired. I love putting pressure. I love using my weight. This will be my first time to be in a referee's position, so I'm looking forward to putting my game together there and seeing how I can ride and really use my weight and bring some of the things from my jiu-jitsu game to my wrestling game. And already I've gotten better at it just in these last few weeks when we decided to do this. And, you know, that's it. So I try not to change anything. I'm still, you know, same stuff. I'm not going to be shooting to my knees. I'm too old for that. You know, you can expect some heavy hand fighting and me trying to get my hands locked and then ride hard. That's it. I got to make these young kids tired.
What do you like about the process of one-on-one combat sport? You've been in this a long time. What keeps you fascinated? What keeps you in this game for this long?
I just love what I do. I love martial arts so much, and I love being a student. I love continuing to evolve, you know, and just absorbing as much as I possibly can, you know, energy, inspiration, knowledge, technique, all the above. I just try to put myself in those surroundings as much as possible, wherever I'm traveling, training, teaching. I've been in great wrestling rooms, you know, in Oklahoma. I traveled to Penn State last year, trained there. I've spent many hours working with Coach Ben Askren. So, you know, this is just an opportunity for me to just like validate the skills that I've been working on behind the scenes that a lot of times I only get to show in a different combat form. And those guys can always just pull guard, right? So then maybe I really want to wrestle and I don't get to wrestle, or I do one takedown and then we're on the ground the whole rest of the time. So now it's like, okay, here's an opportunity for me to really level up big time in wrestling. And like I said, I've really fallen in love with it, and I'm just excited. I love combat. I love the challenge. And yeah, here we are, and let's see what we can do.
What's the key to mastery?
Practice. Endless practice. Consistently showing up forever. Putting yourself around the right people. All the things I've already said. You know, but that's it. Just find your purpose, your why, and make that live through any boundaries or barriers that you might have in your mind as far as I'm too old, it's too late, I can't, whatever. I promise you there's a way, and that's the whole deeper meaning behind all this as well, is you know, maybe I can reach some people out there that I wouldn't reach otherwise and inspire them, you know, to go for something great in whatever realm in their life that may be, whatever is kind of calling your name. Like this was calling my name. I was literally talking about it as a joke, and then there it is, and it's like there's no way I can't do it, right? I can't not do it. And I had no other matches or anything else going on, so I know I would regret it if I didn't do it. And basically anyone out there that maybe has something in their heart that they've talked about, or, you know, feel a fire for, man, just go for it.
Brian Piccolo, the assistant coach at Oklahoma City. He was a two-time All-American. His last All-American honor was here in the Uni Dome in 1997. He's a special guy. Tell us about him and what he's meant to you.
Dude, he's just like a All-American badass, like hero, legend, warrior type guy. We've been training together. I think the first time was like 04, 05. And, you know, in the beginning it was just like kind of like just try to beat each other up, you know what I mean? And I would try to take him down, you know, whatever, judo, wrestling, just ego, want to test myself and prove myself. And then he would try to jiu-jitsu me. and that's just how it started, you know? And, you know, I'm his student and he's my student. And we've had a special relationship for many, many years. And I feel like this has been a great way to bring us back together again, reconnect. Not like we were ever far, but obviously he's coaching, he's a cop, You know, he's got the kids, he's got everything going on. I have my things going on. I'm also a dad now too. But oddly enough, he is a father of twins, a boy-girl twin. I have boy-girl twins. Tate's on the team, right? He's one of the twins. I remember Tate when Tate was like 2-3 years old. Now he's my college teammate. You know, we had fantastic conversation on the bus right here, just catching up, talking about being a dad, sharing pictures, sharing stories. This wouldn't be going on if it wasn't for him. You know, him as a coach, someone I respect so much. You know, it just like it's meant to be, right? So, yeah, I'm very proud to be his athlete and call him coach officially now. And yeah, what a great guy. And I didn't even know the story about this place until we pulled up, and couldn't ask for a better way to make my debut in a house that he made history.
Your college wrestling debut, Folkstyle wrestling debut, live on FloWrestling at the National Duels, January 9th and 10th. Really appreciate this time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support.